next guest, a very funny comedian you know from Saturday Night Live, which airs Saturdays at 11:30 p.m. right here. I'm going to say something. We're like it's 50 years of SNL. 50 years. And I think we can stop, when we have guests on from SNL, we can stop saying it airs 11:30 on Saturday. I think at this point we can just say, like, that's a... Like, nobody's at home watching and be like, oh, James Austin Johnson guy's great. I wish I knew what time it was on. I'm calling you out, Shoemaker. I'm calling you out. SNL 50, the anniversary special, see, this is helpful, airs Sunday, February 16th on NBC and Peacock. No time, though. Please welcome back to the show, James Austin Johnson.
It's the.
I mean, I feel like when you got a jacket like that, you got to pose.
I got to pose. Yeah, you know, I feel pretty today. That's the Bob Dylan at the end of a concert pose.
Is that the end?
You know, yeah, I did Bob Dylan the other night, and Lauren was like, "What's with all the posing?" And I was like, "This is what he does at the end of the show." They're clapping. He goes. About 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
A steel guitar wailing in the background.
What a fascinating. How many times have you seen Dylan live?
I've seen him twice. I've seen him in Newark and at the Beacon Theater.
All right.
Right, it was like maybe my first show back from COVID.
Wow.
It was Bob Dylan at the Beacon Theater. I'm a big Bob head.
Yeah.
I'm a big
I enjoy.
Bob head.
You write very helpful things on social media about Bob Dylan. It helps you find new tracks.
You know, I'm like a Bob influencer. I'm like
Yeah.
an ambassador.
Yeah. This is very exciting to have you here because I know usually there's a break before the 50th. And usually you and your wife and your child, you go back to Nashville,
We go back
Tennessee.
to Nashville a lot. All our family is there. And so he's 3 now, and we've just got the whole getting on the plane thing down at this point. Yeah, my wife, she straps him in, got the iPad, got the big headphones. She goes over, does the same for me. You know, headphones, straps me in, little apple juice. Little bit of goldfish in the divot.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then we get up in the air, and we've got the headphones on so that everyone else doesn't hear what's going on in his iPad.
Right.
You know, if the headphones were off, it'd just be blaring. And then the very hungry caterpillar started to look for some food. But it doesn't help because he just decides to scream out the contents of the book.
Yeah.
To everyone around. He wants Daddy to know what's happening in Hungry Caterpillar. Like I haven't read it 16 million times.
Yeah, these aren't
He
spoilers.
started looking for some food, Daddy. 2 pairs, but he was still hungry. You know, he's shouting so I can barely hear him, you know, because I'm in first class and they're, you know.
Yeah, it's so far back.
And but it's fun when I hear it. It makes me want to do it. I think that's the best way to engage with the text.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm spitting it right back to him. Oh, the very heartwarming Michael Chabon essay in New York Review of Books. Such a life-affirming piece. It's such a acerbic publication.
That's fun for everybody.
That's fun for everybody. Yeah.
I've talked to you before. You have the gold standard Trump impression.
Oh,
you do other. I mean, it's fantastic. Do you?
Thank you.
Are there political impressions you haven't had a chance to do?
You know, I've gotten to do Lindsey Graham. I've gotten to do Biden. I've gotten to do Trump a couple times on the show. And I was really gunning for Kamala Harris.
No.
Yeah.
No. Did you Did you actually offer to Lauren? You were like, I know you're leaning towards Maya, but
I know. I said I feel like it's probably Maya,
yeah.
but I want to toss my hat into the ring.
Sure.
So this is Kamala Harris hosting a cooking competition.
Okay. Now, before you do this, you're sure?
I've spoken with my pastor and my therapist and my dealer, and I think that this is what's right for me.
All right, great.
For my story, for me. Okay, so this is Kamala Harris hosting a cooking competition. Here we go. Let's try it. I think what the American people want to know is, can the remaining 5 chefs take these family food classics? Cheeseburger and fries, meatloaf and mashed potatoes, vegetable lasagna and utilize those ingredients to create a 5-star gourmet meal for Debbie Mazar, Bobby Flay, and Michael Rappaport. You have 3 hours.
Really good.
Well,
Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong to be terrified.
I'm still terrified.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'm in shock.
As we wrap up here, because I'm always happy to hear pitches that bombed that you feel like would maybe work here, given the space to explain it to an audience.
Oh, yeah, okay. This one didn't work, and I think it's because it's a little bit of a setup.
Okay.
Here it is, and this is actually true. Did you guys know that Jerry Seinfeld is scoring movies now?
Okay.
Jerry Seinfeld is scoring movies now. He's moving into a new sort of category of the industry, so he's doing movie scoring. And his first job is one of those movies that's kind of like set during the war in Afghanistan. Uh-huh. So this part is from an establishing shot just of the desert.
Okay.
Sounds like this. Ah! And, and then Dakota Johnson was just like, I'm just kidding. I don't know who that was for.
And you also have an observation. I'm very excited to hear your observation about Taylor Sheridan shows.
Oh, man, I love watching these shows.
Fantastic.
I love a grumpy white guy standing on a bluff, looking at a lot of land.
Yeah.
Now they got one called Landman.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me what happens. He's a land man.
He's a land man.
And it's Billy Bob Thornton. Oh, what an MF that guy is. Yeah. Ooh, when you see him walking up, you don't want to be on the other end.
I got 3. I got all these guys. The DEA needs to get me off this patch. And the Texas government, they just passed the H-2659, which says that you can't land a copter on this oil patch because we got to get that back from these guys. And you're ruining my day right now because I got to go to a dinner with my daughter who's sexual and an adult.
I love that show. Those are great. Sam Elliott had one.
What do you mean you're getting on my land? There's not enough land for both of us to be on the land. There's not enough land for us both to have land.
Harrison Ford had one.
Yeah, he was a Sheridan show.
Harrison Ford had. What do you mean there's not enough land? In Star Wars, he was very smooth, where he's like, I don't know, Princess. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if we can. I don't know if I have room in the Millennium Falcon for you people. But now that he's the Red Hulk president, it's, why, there's no time for there to be any other sound but this coming out of my mouth. There's not enough land. We ran out of land. Did you hear that they're gonna try one of those with Paul Giamatti?
They're gonna a Taylor Sheridan show with Paul Giamatti?
I heard that Paul Giamatti's in talks to have one of those Taylor Sheridan shows.
Yeah.
I think it would sound a little bit like this.
I tried to see if there was any oil left, but you don't love me anymore.
I feel like that might do the worst.
It's a newer impression. We're trying it out.
Hey, I'm so excited about the 50th. Thanks so much for being here, man.
Watch the show!
It airs Sunday, February 16th on NBC and Peacock. They haven't decided what time. Stick around. We'll be right back.